Next up, let's cover the 5 tenets of clear purpose. So, what do each one of these letters actually stand for? C stands for cause, and it's something that's going to give rise to an action, phenomenon, condition. It's a principle, an aim, a movement because of a deep commitment. When you think about a cause, it's something that actually needs to exist. It's something you stand up for, you stand out for, something you believe in and you won't back down from. When you think about a cause, there's a lot of energy behind it, and we're going to be talking about energy with E, but it means that I'm going to defend this. I'm going to be an advocate. I believe in this to the point of taking action. And we need to have that if we're going to release something like a product, or if we're searching for a direction. It can't simply be, yeah, you know what, I believe in that. Yeah, I'm all right with that. We want things that are defendable. I remember years ago being in corporate culture and there was an event that we wanted to attend. We weren't sure that there was going to be a budget. And I was really put in front of everybody to defend this event, and I did. I said, this is why we need to do this. It wasn't simply, it'd be nice to do. It's in a nice location. We might get a couple of principles out of it. I believed in this cause, and it was going to shape the direction of the company. And one of the leaders said, hey, they need to go. Why? Because I defended this belief, and we need to have that in our own lives as well. And one of the ways that we can come up with our cause is to fill in the blanks, to say, I love to blank because I'm sick of blank. Like, I love to help people discover their purpose because I'm sick of people wondering what their life is supposed to be about. So that's a cause for me. So even thinking about releasing this, that was a big part of it. Secondly is love. Obviously, a deep feeling, an intense feeling of affection. And we don't use it a lot in business. We don't use it a lot around content, except very shallow. I love that idea. But we're really talking about deep affection and things that aren't really normal. Maybe we're a little bizarre about this idea. It's more than just a passing thought. You think about the way that we get consumed when we're in a relationship. We think about this person all the time. Well, does this idea, this concept, this direction, does it stay? Is it long term? Can you not get rid of it? Would you rather embarrass yourself for this true love than always wonder what would have been? Do you want to be looking back in 5 years and go, you know what, I never really did that. I thought about purpose a lot. I thought about clear purpose. I thought about clarity, but I never did anything with it. I don't like that thought. So I love the concept enough to embarrass myself and put it out in public. And then love also results in evidence. It's not simply spoken, it's alive. There's evidence that this thing needs to exist. So those of us in a romantic relationship, there's probably something sitting around that is evidence. Pictures of trips, love letters, text messages. So what evidence is it that this thing is a love for you? Years ago, I was listening to an Earl Nightingale recording, and he said, I was talking to somebody who said they loved ships, they loved boats. They wanted to spend the rest of their life sailing around the world. And Earl said, well, how many boats do you own? And then they said, well, none yet. Well, how many books have you read on boating? Well, I hadn't read any books on boating. You see, it was all in their mind, but there was no evidence that this thing was really going to exist. It was a romantic thought, but it was not a lived out existence. Energy. When we got clear purpose, we're energized by it. We're pumped up by it. We may not even be able to sleep because of it. And we transfer that energy to others. You probably had some ideas that you're really pumped about, and you shared it with other people, and they got excited too. And other ideas you were really excited about, and you shared with other people, and they were like, oh no, good luck with that. See, everybody's affected by energy of everyone, everything around them. So the negative person comes along and really drains our energy, right? The positive person creates energy. We might say every time I'm around Susan, I get excited. Her positivity is contagious. Well, we need that contagion within this idea and this concept and this direction that we're deciding on. We need to feel it to the point in which it doesn't just come and go, but there's a constant there. And then also, other people ought to see us coming and go, up. There he comes again. There she comes again with that wild idea they won't let go of. That type of energy we need to have. And we need to measure it. Like 0 to 10, we need to measure it. Aptitude. It should be apparent that you need to be able to make this idea come to life. We're not talking about these singing competitions where somebody shows up and they're either their friends or their family were pranking them, told them that they could sing and they can't. Well, we need to have actual evidence that we're skilled in this. It could be a natural ability, trained ability. It could be a skilled strength that others turn to you to deliver, but you need to be able to make this thing happen. You need to be able to state it with confidence. I'm great at blank, and you should definitely use me if you want X result. In fact, I'd encourage you to write that statement down and fill those blanks in, so that you really feel good about you being the one. Now, caution. It can be pretty easy for you to get over here and feel like, I tell you what, so-and-so's better. And they're better, and they're better, and they're better, and they're better. There's a lot of people out there talking about purpose. I just think mine's tighter. And so I like that. I think the process is clearer. So I feel like that's my aptitude. Are there people who on a, let's say, spiritual level can lead you through some exercises in which you have an inner connection like never before? I'm sure there are. I'm just focusing on making the process clear so that we can arrive at the decision. So what is your aptitude in relation to this thing you feel like should exist? And then your return. In finance, we talk a lot about ROI, return on investment. When you give your all toward this cause, love, energy, and aptitude, what return is coming your way? That could be positive pride. You feel great that you did this thing. Impact, other people's lives are changed. Self-help, you become better. You're sharing value in the world and you feel pretty positive about that. You're helping people blank, in blank way, and they get blank result. And you feel really awesome about that because you're able to see, I helped 1,000 people. 5,000 people, 1,000,000 people. Maybe you're going to make money from this thing. I think that's awesome too. If you're making money, it's fantastic. Followers, maybe those increase. That's awesome. New friends, new connections, new subscribers. So ahead of time, be thinking about your return and what you're going to get out of that. I think that's important because it's not simply, I'm just going to put this thing out, period. Think ahead of time of what result you would want to have. So those are the 5 tenets: cause, love, energy, aptitude, and return. In the next training session, we will walk through the questions and the scoring system to help you discover your clear purpose.